So what's up, guys? Check this out, right? I stole that from Stewie. Check this out. I'm outside of Walmart, and Sunday is one of the days when I do one of my other little side hustles, Sundays and Fridays for some time. You know, this is one of these times during this pandemic where a lot of people are out of work, and you had to figure out a grind, you had to figure out a hustle. And this is what I used to do before I was, back on top again, back doing well. The sports card market since the pandemic has hit us. It's blown through the roof in the last 18 months or whatever. And people have had stimulus money to spend and this and that. People have had to try to make ends meet. So that combination has caused people to get a little bit, innovative in trying to make money. Well, Walmart and other retail stores sell sports cards. And so going along with the craze, the retail market for sports cards, to buy things retail and is way less than to go to your hobby shop to buy what the market says things are worth, right? Retail sports cards used to just be a bunch of commons and a bunch of paper cards, but through the years they've gotten better and better because people didn't buy anything from retail. Now they've had to start putting the same product in retail product as in hobby product, like autographs and all kinds of stuff and rookie cards. So retail is a cheaper version. If you don't want to go and spend a few $100s on a hobby box, you can spend a fraction of that on a retail box. So check this out. I got a couple examples. This is a Heritage 2021 box. This is a $20 box. This is Donruss baseball. It's called a hanger box. It's a $12 box. So that's just an example. And they have fat packs that are like $7. Regular packs are like $3. And then Target's got a variation, CVS, Walmart, they all have different variations. See, what happens with, do this real quick. I just mentioned this blaster box was 20 bucks. So let's go basketball, because that's where the market is blown wide open. When you get a chance, go into your eBay browser and you type in blaster box NBA 2020-21 Prism. Just type that in any kind of combination. You just need those keywords, blaster, Prism, NBA 2020-21. And when you bring that up, there's two variations, right? There's the blaster boxes with the NBA, this year's rookie class with them in their college uniforms. Those were released in about December. Now remember, $20 each retail. Those right now in the secondary market are about $100 each. When those came out in December, I picked up about 6 or 7. I'm not a flipper. I don't flip those for a profit. I like to rip them open, and I like to collect them and protect them and all that. So they're going in there and cleaning off these shelves at $20 a pop, and they're getting 100 a piece. That's 5 times your money. Not too bad. Well, on Thursday, the the Topps Prism market, Panini Prism, I'm sorry, it's not Topps, it's Panini. Prism released the NBA 2021 NBA set in the uniforms of the teams they play in. That's the set. Again, $20 a box. It came up Thursday. The flippers went nuts. That day, they were able to sell those on the secondary market for $250 a blaster. Okay? So do the math. If you buy 5 of them for $20 a piece, like each store maybe they put about between 5 and 8 of them out. Let's say you get 5. That's $100 for 5, right? And then you turn around and you sell them for $250 each. There's your profit. You're selling, so you make $1,250 on your $100 purchase. That's how the market has been in a nutshell since the pandemic. The football class of last year was crazy. Now each product is different. Prism is kind of, that's expensive. It's more expensive than say the top flagship or this and that. And the Mosaic is a little bit, but these are all in the retail market for the substantially low price. Their contracts are quite different. That's what flippers are doing all over the United States. And I just showed you what I picked up. You got to know when your store stocks. I know where 3 of my Walmart stock, I know when my CVS is stock, and I know when my Walgreens in this area stock the cards. So I'm kind of good. I don't flip. I don't need the money. I did it a little bit when I was in between jobs. I would DoorDash and I would do this in between jobs, and I made ends meet. I don't need to do that, but this is what I've done. The Midwest is hard hit, and you can never find cards because the flipping is crazy. New England's another one. So when all these basketball cards came out, these became the demand went way down on these. Okay, so these weren't ever, for a $20 box, they were selling them for maybe 80. So it was way less, but they're all sitting out there now because everybody wants basketball. So I was able to get, I don't know, 12 blaster boxes. I was able to get about 20 fat packs. I was able to get a gang of hangers. I spent about $300. I ripped cards to my heart's content, right? Got what I wanted, and I was able to go out and ship simply for the cost that I spent plus shipping to people in other parts of the country that I know that just simply don't have cards in their market. And you know, I'm not really worried. I wouldn't tell you about this any other time, but right now the Flippers are doing magnificent with basketball. They're not really too concerned with me. What I do is I kind of let people know where stuff is. They kick back product to me. I'm happy because I'm a collector. Everybody's happy. That's a hustle that's going on in this country right now. I happen to be a sports card collector. People that have sports cards that have collected them, right now they're worth a little bit of money. You get them graded out. This year's football class of quarterbacks is supposed to be even better than last year's. And last year's had like Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Tua, Jalen Hurts. This year is supposed to, you know, with Trevor Lawrence, with Justin Fields, with Trey Lance, with Mac Jones, Kyle Trask. It's supposed to be crazy when the football hit the market too, after the draft as well. Anyway, I just wanted to start with that. That's what I'm doing. I've got other ends going on, so that's kind of what I do. It's kind of makes me feel better about myself for helping people out, and I'm able to maintain the hobby without spending a whole lot of my own money anymore. I help them, they help me. I send some cards out to people who don't have them. It works for everybody. It's pretty cool. So that's that part of it, you know. So on to the drama, that whole Diane thing. I've made a couple versions of this part of it, and I've kind of backed off of it. Because, you know, stuff keeps unfolding and unfolding. All I can say is kudos to the people that stayed away from a side of it and kind of waited, because those of us that kind of Stewie, hats off to him. He kind of sat back and he's kind of been calling the shots the whole time. It's been pretty predictable. If you've been sitting in drama as an OG for a while, you could see this coming. Did Diane take money? She sure did. She took money. She took a lot of it. And people are continuing to make videos about, but she took the money, Guys, I'm just here to tell you, I am not condoning what she did, you know? But at the end of the day, she's in the drama community. We are here for the smut. We are here for the nastiness. You see every month, every week, every day, people are talking about, well, we need to clean up our community. We need to do this. We need to do that. And I mean, that's why Mandy and I try to keep Tomahawk ATX. We try to keep the drama away from it. We'll do it on Mrs. ATX. We'll do it on Tomahawk Sean. ATX Tomahawk, we don't do panels. We don't review other people's stuff. We try to do what nobody else has done, which is take you through meeting each other, you know, putting, you know, crossing the T's and dotting the I's and finishing those relationships legally the right way, getting out of them. There's a lot of people that get together and just don't get divorced. We did that. Take you through us getting married and doing this and that. We tried to stay away from it. Whenever we've gone down the rabbit hole, we've had to call out those people and we've had to step back. You know, if there's drama to be done, we try to do it on the other channel. There's that. But the drama's there, and most of these channels are here for the drama. They like to analyze the drama. People months later will come back and they'll give you a version of it. They'll be talking about this for years. You know, Pizzagate keeps coming up. Suboxone Gate keeps coming up. People keep bringing up versions of stuff that Mandy and I have been through, and they keep changing it around a little bit. The Do-Rizzle thing keeps getting changed around just a little bit. People try to change it up. It's pretty cool. Everybody knows what happened. Everybody knows what happened in Suboxone Gate. Everybody knows what happened with Pizzagate. Everybody knows what happened, but they like to tell the story. This is going to be talked about for a long time. I personally thought that Diane, when the iron was hot, when people were grilling her right at the very beginning, would have come up, told everybody to fuck off, and thrown some receipts up there. Because you can fake receipts. We still got DM dropped from people, and they're trying to convince folks that they're real DMs. Like, you can't fake DMs. Like, you can't fake anything, you know, but you can. And I thought she would do that. And I really thought that her arrogance, and I'm not trying to start anything with Diane. I think the way she handled this was true DC fashion, and her being, and I'm going to say this, she understands this at the highest level than any of us, than what she's doing now. But I really thought that her not responding was gonna hurt her, and I thought her arrogance was gonna do her in, and it didn't. And I thought that the more that Randy and Wendy talked about it, the more messed up they looked. But when Diane came on Friday night, Mandy and I were in Walmart, and we were like, yeah, Diane's gonna finally go live. And when she went live, and I looked down and I saw the numbers and I heard how Diane was handling it, and I was like, we need to watch this. We need to watch how she handles this. And she basically said what everybody was saying. Anybody, take it from me, this is not, I know this gets old when I say it, and it's not something to be proud of, but I've sat in the courtroom. I've sat in it more than once or twice on some drama stuff. And I'm telling you, there was never anything legal about what she did that was going to put her in front of the judge. What Pam and Rick did, the way they beat that dead horse to glue, it was never going to happen. And I feel bad for Laura, because Mandy and I were trying to tell her, because we like Laura. Not a lot of our friends, some of our friends don't like Laura, but we like her. She's always been real solid. When people that she's been around has had something bad to say to me, that has a panel that someone on that talks bad about me, Laura was in there and had my back, and Molly Golightly, and I appreciate her for that. And so we like her. We were trying to tell her, you got to handle your business. We know you have some legit beef with Laura. You remember that about 2 years ago, when Ladies Night put Laura on blast on some Discord crap, I did a vlog on this channel and said, welcome to the drama. This is drama. And then about 18 months ago or whatever, you remember when Mandy ATX was over there on Life Perplexed and was giving a version of the DC and was answering some questions, and that spurred a 1 a.m. panel over on Ladies Night with Wendy and Diane and Randy and Yaba and Sam. Remember that? And they were all bent out of shape about it. But Laura's always been solid to us, and I like her, and I think she, more than anybody else, does her channel. She works hard at it. So, but Pam and Rick, I was just shaking my head night after night. They were getting her people to believe that there was going to be something legal, like they were trying to will it to happen, right? Like they were going to try to will it to happen, and it never was. And I was telling that to Mandy. I was like, yeah, Diane lied. She gets caught in this lie and all this. But the bottom line is exactly what Diane ended up saying. Check it out. She said, once you PayPal this to me, once you super chat it to me, it is my money. Read the rules. YouTube's going to take their cut. I got to pay taxes on it. It is my money. I can do whatever I want with it. And she was absolutely 100% right. Does it make it right how she advertised it and how she took it? No, it does not. It certainly does not. But that was correct. And she said that, and she called out everybody that was coming at him. Say what you want. She had 900 people in her chat. Pam and Rick were over there carrying 500 and some in there. There was over 1,000 people that came out to hear Diane do this to everybody right here. And at the end of the day, it was like, she ain't lying. She was lying about the money, but she ain't lying about this. The thing is that, Pam and Rick are the least credible people that you can talk about, I mean, at least Telfer, she was on that train too, but at least she knew there was nothing legal. She was just staying on the whole, Diane's a piece of crap, but Diane's a piece of crap. She knows that there was nothing legal too. But here's the other thing. She also knows there's nothing legal that Diane can do. What I think happened, but I felt bad. I felt bad for Laura, because that was, and the one that really swung the people that were kind of watching it, sort of swung people back and toward Diane's favor, was the crazy crap that Molly Golightly did. That was some crazy stuff. I don't understand what the allure of Molly Golightly is anyway, but for whatever reason, I don't know. I mean, Molly Golightly, she's been on TV a couple of times. She, tries to get y'all to believe that she's got a bunch of money. She doesn't. I mean, I think she's married somebody that's got some money, but really, Molly Golightly is slumming with us. If you look at who's on her panels, she's slumming with us. She ain't got any more credibility or fame than we do. She's not no Trisha Paytas. I'm not saying that like Trisha Paytas is some great thing to be, but I never understood that. Oh, Molly Golightly's doing it. And Molly, okay, I watched her. I have nothing against her. But when I watch her, I'm like, okay, so what? She's going to get drunk and she's going to do something. I mean, what is it? She's going to go tells her husband, go take 500 out of the ATM. Any of us can do that. Any of us can do that. Most of the people that got real money in the community are supporters, right? It's the same for Diane. What I think what happened with Diane is she did reel herself in for a minute. She did get some counsel. She sent out some cease and desist. And they came back to her and said, nothing they can do to you. And she's coming back on. She's telling people like Isaac and this and that. She's going to sue people. She's not going to be able to do anything either. She really isn't. It takes a ton of money, a lot of money to get the legal system to even pay attention, because they have to spend man hours and money to investigate stuff like this. And they'll spend your money if you want to hire people to do it, spend all the money and then present a case. But they won't do it themselves. So, and that's the thing about Diane. Diane has always kind of come off like she's loaded or she's got a lot of money. She's got the money that you all gave her. She doesn't have a lot of money either. I mean, I'm telling you, she doesn't. She likes to tell people to back them off that she's going to sue them. Well, she's got her ass kicked in court over some karaoke thing some years ago, and that's really it. That's really it. And so there was never going to be anything legal, this and that. But I think she reeled herself in, got some counsel, found out that it was nothing, and she walked right back up onto her stage like an exiled queen or something and took her shit back. And you know, that is what happened. And then Randy crawling right back in there. You knew she was. Randy's an opportunist. Randy is the biggest opportunist. She kind of plays the middle and then jumps right back in it. You know, I was watching that, and I'm not glad. Like, I'm glad Wendy was back streaming with Diane. But can you imagine if Randy was replacing Diane for good on like Ladies' Night? No, they'd have to change the whole name, because Randy doesn't. You know, Wendy and I aren't besties or anything like that. I mean, I had fun trolling her from Laura's chat that night, but she is a better, she does do things a lot better than Randy. Randy, every time, as time passes, you know, she's more and more laughable. And that's kind of what the DC is. It's like the one thing someone got with me and said, when Randy was on there and said, oh my God, they're talking about your dog Lily. Well, Lily looked sick. Randy said, well, Lily looked sick. And I'm sitting there going, Randy? What credibility does Randy have? Randy is like the Grim Reaper of pets in the drama community, right? Between her, 1 week she's showing her lizard, like, it's my lizard. The next week the lizard's dead. I mean, how many of her pets has passed away since you've known her? And her husband's out there shooting the neighbor's dogs and throwing them on the porch. I mean, come on. She's like the less credible person in the world to talk about pets. Yeah. So, I mean, the Diane's got to, you know, Wendy and Diane work. They'll come back. You know, Wendy said, I no longer associate with Diane. We knew that wouldn't last. She came back. They'll reestablish themselves. People can't believe, but that's what people do here. That's what people do here. And, you know, the people like Savage, like Pirate and Ship, the few others kind of stayed away from it because they don't have to explain one way or the other why they argued this way or that way. Shannon is friends with most of that crowd, so she was in on those panels. But most of the people that were over there on the ship, they stayed away from it. They stayed away from it, right? There's a few I told you so's, but really they stayed away from it. Yeah, but Wendy and Diane, they'll figure it out and they'll be right back on there. Could you imagine? I mean, you know, Diane and Randy, they'd have to change the name, you know, not Ladies' Night, to be like Lady and the Hillbilly or something like that. I mean, you should own that. Why does she get so upset with that? We're from all over the place. You know, Pirate, you know, she's from Kentucky. She owns that. Savage has got that North Carolina thing going on. Mandy ATX is from Texas, right? We got that. There's nothing wrong with where you're from. And if you're from a hillbilly from Tennessee, just admit it. You know, it's okay. Own that shit. You shouldn't be so upset about it. I mean, I live in Georgia and I've got dumbasses to the north of me and shoot the shit, and a dumbass south of me in Bombshell, right? But that's what we are. So anyway, that's kind of it, you know, wanted to throw that out there and weigh in. But the thing is that she's back, and there was never anything. That's what the drama community does. It kind of spins it all up, and then people come back. It'll die down. It'll come back. that's what it was. That's what it was with Diane. She came back and is she a liar? Did she lie to all you? Yes, she did. Did she do anything criminally illegal? No, she did not. Did she look into it? Was she worried for a second? Yes, she was. Was it completely ludicrous what Pam and Work were trying to convince people of? Yeah. But I tell you, the ones that really flipped it, you know, when Molly Golightly started going after Bob's family, people that were kind of on the sidelines kind of went, oh my God. I mean, Molly Golightly looked like a lunatic doing that. And she was putting it all up there. She was putting it all up there in DMs and texts and showing it all out. I mean, Diane was right. When she came up there and said, you guys were contacting Bob's family, Bob almost sued you, but his mother is sick. Bob probably maybe had a little bit of a case there. Probably had more of a case than anybody else. But again, it would have taken a ton of money to do it. A ton of money. And there's not anybody really here that has that kind of money that can pique the attention. And we're not famous enough for that. We really don't draw that type of attention. But yeah, when Molly Golightly went to that level of aggression, there was a whole lot of people that went, whoa. If they knew nothing about nothing and they saw that, they would have went, wow, that's a little bit over the top. And that's really what, once Molly Golightly did that, it kind of cleared enough of the minutia out of the way that kind of stuck where Diane could come back on and go, y'all are fucked up. Y'all are really fucked up. And she did that. She did that. So anyway, they're back. Everyone knew they were back. And you got certain people that are, you know, Sam was like, Friday night, Sam put a tweet out there that was like, we're not going to let Diane sashay her way back into the community. Well, she sashayed like a motherfucker right back in, and with numbers. With numbers. The only way that you can make people go away is if you quit watching them. This is a drama community. When people want to see some BS, when people want to be appalled or disgusted, they watch the drama community. That's what they do. When people want to, when people want to feel good or whatever, people want, you know, to be around family, they be around their family. They don't watch us. They watch the drama so that they have something to go, oh my God. That's why people watch it. And the worse the train wreck, the more people watch. Rich Life, he gets his numbers how? He gets his numbers when he ran into the back of somebody's car, right? He gets his numbers when he had Anna, who was, you know, 2 cars short of a full deck. He's getting numbers when Lisa Linlin is on his live stream telling him off to his own chat. That's when he gets the numbers. That's when we watch. We watch stuff like that. We watch the train wrecks. Diane put 1,000 in there to tell all you guys to fuck off. And again, I'm not taking her side. I'm just saying that's what we watch. And people are sitting there going, oh my God, I can't believe. We say again and again and again that we need to change our community. We don't want it to change. We don't want it. We like it just the way it is. We like to talk about people. When people are messed up, the other side will take their platform and they'll talk about it and they'll drag them. And if you can't handle it, you leave. That's what it is. I wanted to weigh in on that and kind of tell you about some of the things that I'm doing here. We're having a good time. It's warming up here in Georgia. It's 73 degrees. It is almost 5 o'clock. My boo is about to get off of work, and we're going to watch the Braves. They're on at 7 tonight. You guys all have a great evening, and we will catch you later. Peace.